Today's teams are as follows, starting with the away team, Western Sydney Wanderers. In goal, number 1, Jordan Bloomer. Number 3, Gemma Ferris. Number 7, Amy Harrison. Number 8, Olivia Price. Number 9, Sophie Harding. Number 11, Danica Matos. Number 14, Claire Hunt. Number 16, Malaya Steinmetz. Number 17, Sheridan Gallagher. Number 21, Alexa Apostolakis. Number 32, Bethany Gordon. And now for your home team, Canberra United. In goal at number 19, Chloe Lincoln. Number 4, Holly Murray. Number 6, Laura Hughes. Number 7, Ellie Brush. Number 8, Sasha Grove. Number 10, Grace Marr. Number 11, Grace Garley. Number 12, Hayley Taylor Young. Number 17, Vesna Milivojevic. Number 19, Nicoletta Flannery. And your captain, number 23, Michelle Heyman. Liberty proudly sponsors the A-Leagues, the Free Thinkers, the Game Changers and the Goal Kickers, both on and off the field. Bring your finance dreams to life with Liberty. Loans for Free Thinkers. Flares are illegal at our venues. If you possess or throw a flare, there are severe penalties that apply. Any spectator identified with prohibited item may be refused entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from the issue.
What? Wait, I don't think they're ready for this.
These moves look
future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice. Look nice. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
We come the future.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking real nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
We come the future.
Hello and welcome to the opening match of Pride Round. It is Canberra United versus the Western Sydney Wanderers here at Canberra's McCullough Park in match week 15 of the Liberty A-League. And isn't it wonderful to have the league back after an international break? Both teams will be looking to continue their good form. Host Canberra beat Sydney FC for the first time since 2018 to keep their finals hopes alive. And their opponents today, the Western Sydney Wanderers, defeated Wellington Phoenix for the first time in league history. And a quick look at the lineups. Canberra United sticking with the same starting 11 and retaining a back three in defence. Grace Maher will move up through from defence to the midfield. Western Sydney Wanderers also committing to the same starting 11 they had in their game against Wellington Phoenix. Angela Christodoulou and Kush LaRue rejoined the matchday squad. Michelle Heyman said it'll be a big push against the Western Sydney Wanderers today to get all 3 points this afternoon. She's been leading her team from the front and she's currently sitting second in the race for the Golden Blue with 7 goals. Her first goal in the opening minutes against Sydney in their last game really set the tone for Canberra's historic win. And see both the teams come out onto the pitch. It is, of course, Pride Round here in the Liberty A-League, and it isn't wonderful to see how it has been embraced by the teams, especially Canberra United today. And Claire Hunt has been on a remarkable run of form for Western Sydney Wanderers, and this form has been rewarded with her call-up to the Matildas. She played in 3 games in the Cup of Nations and featured in 224 minutes, including starting against Spain and Jamaica. After a horror run of injuries, including an ACL, a shoulder reconstruction and a fractured tibia, her former coach, Heather Garriott, says she well deserved this opportunity. And Njegoš Popovic's side went from 2 consecutive 5-0 defeats to winning 2 in a row. So they're looking for an elusive 3rd win in a row this season to keep their finals hopes alive. He'll be hoping that his star-studded attacking lineup will be scoring for fun this afternoon. And the referees for today's game will be Georgia Girardello in the centre of the pitch, Lauren Hargrave and Maggie Price as the assistant referees, and the 4th official will be Michaela Ryan. The Wanderers have only won once against Canberra United since their inclusion in the league in 2012. Wanderers coach Kat Smith will be hoping to change that statistic in her first game in charge of this fixture. She'll also be elusively seeking her side's first away win since January 2022, which has been over 412 days since that 1-0 win against Brisbane. And you can see the armbands on both captains. They are wearing a specialist armband designed by 2 queer artists from Adelaide, Troy Anthony Bayliss and Dylan Pym. The design picks up on the hexagonal shapes of the traditional football and features elements of the transgender pride flag, the Progress pride flag and the rainbow pride flag. Today in commentary, I'm joined by Sydney FC legend Teresa Polias. Teresa, pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Georgia. It's great to be here after the international break. We're finally back. It's a wonderful day for football.
It certainly is, and it's great to see how the league has embraced this round as well, and see the wonderful rainbow numbers on the back of the Canberra United jerseys as well.
Yeah, look, rainbows everywhere. It's nice and bright, and yeah, look, it'll be a great day for it.
Final teams just getting their final words, final instructions from their coaches.
Yeah, it's a big game for both teams. They're on a really positive run, and you know, they'll be looking to keep their form after a couple weeks off now, and yeah, needing the points for a hopeful finals run.
And it's Hayley Taylor-Young's 21st birthday, and she is rewarded with another start. She's really come into her own this season for Canberra United, really starting to cement her spot in that starting 11 as longer the season has progressed.
Yeah, happy birthday to her, and she'll be hoping for the win. And you know what, she started the season on the bench, and she's earned her spot, so she'll be hoping for a solid game today.
Matos with the long throw over the head to Harding. Sheridan Gallagher quickly booted away by Brush. A long ball over the top, and Flannery is there running for it and just kind of lets it go out for the moment. Another player who will be celebrating a birthday this week, Nikki Flannery. Jordan Bloomer to take the goal kick for the Wanderers. Gallagher heads it on. Harding tries to clear it to the centre of the pitch. Gordon out on the wing today. Dribbles backwards into own space, and Canberra have a turnover. Milivojevic running into space on the left wing. Tries to cross it directly across, but Malia Steinmeitz, fresh from Football Ferns, is there to cross it. A lot of back and forth very early in this game. What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, certainly both teams have started with high energy today, so it's looking like it's going to be back and forth, box to box, which will make for a really exciting game, Georgia.
Mart to Brush. We've seen Grace Maher this season have so much influence on this Canberra United side and really can play so many positions as well. That beautiful long cross to Flannery. Flannery to no one in particular, easily dispatched by Claire Hunt. Steinmeitz. Michelle Heyman. Jale on the far right. Hunt to Ferris. Apostolakis back to Ferris. Wonder is really trying to hold the ball for a moment. Not many options coming forward. Canberra trying to press almost.
They definitely are pressing high. Wanderers are very deep into their own half. And you just saw then the press from Canberra worked, and they can go right at the Wanderers.
Milivojevic tries to cross it in. Just over the head. Sasha Grove is there. Couple of different shouts from the players, but it will be a goal kick for the Wanderers.
We can see already the tactics that Canberra are implementing today. It's to press high and on the wing, go for it.
Apostolakis to Ferris. The two teenagers for this Wanderers side. Gallagher. Battle there, no whistle, Michelle Heyman, and she's gone! Out of nowhere, Michelle Heyman makes something out of nothing, and Canberra United are up 1-0 so very early on in this game.
As the last player you wanted the ball to land to, Michelle Heyman, prolific goal scorer. She makes no mistake and slots it home.
And how wonderful for just out of nowhere. There was a Milivojevic and Gallagher on that battle, and then just able to just knock it on into the path of Michelle Heyman.
Well, it was an interesting duel there, and I'm surprised the whistle wasn't blown. There was some arm wraps there, and I think a few players around were waiting for a whistle, but no, Michelle Heyman plays to the whistle, picks up the ball, slots it home for Canberra.
And that is Canberra United 1, West Sydney Wanderers 0. Sheridan Gallagher tries to pass it through, but Canberra United bodies are in the way. Milivojevic offloads. Ball over the top towards where Heyman is. Jale. Moves down the pass, lays it off for Flannery on the wing. Jale again looks to keep composure and play it through the middle. Milivojevic still has the possession, crosses it back, just over the head of Sasha Grove.
We had that duel between Gallagher and Milivojevic. No whistle. Michelle Heyman picks up the ball and slots it home. Great goal for Canberra United. Just what they were after, a nice early goal.
So we spoke about in the pre-game about the fact that Michelle Heyman scored an early goal, similar minutes in the last game as well, very early on, and set a tone for that game against Sydney again here at McCullough Park. So maybe we will be seeing something against another Sydney side. Canberra United really want that finals position. They want to remain in touching distance of that top 4.
You can see the energy they've brought today, Georgia. They're out here for a win. They've started brightly, and that's just the exact thing that they wanted, and they got it.
Apostolakis. Just over the top of Heyman, Jordan Bloomer comes out. She's been very solid for the Western Sydney Wanderers so far this season. We see Njegos Popovic must be very impressed with the strong start from his team early in this game. Harding. Taylor Young giving chase. Taylor Young just tackles in. Sheridan Gallagher tries to make the run to the ball, but Chloe Lincoln is there.
And the Wanderers will be looking to calm down and try and build up out of the back third where they're being pressed.
Grove. Brush boots it through to the centre of the pitch. Harrison being played special attention from the Canberra players, and Canberra have one possession again. Here comes Jale streaming through. Danica Matos, only player within her reach. Jale passes back, finds Heyman. Can she do it again? And lots of players moving back and forth, really trying to put their bodies on the line in this game.
Here's that beautiful ball in behind from Michelle Heyman to tee up Grace Jale. She gets it under control, cuts inside and lays it off. For Heyman again, of all people, she's continued her run. Nothing came of it for Canberra there, but you can see the intent that they have today.
Brush. Tamar. Haley Taylor Young against Gordon. I think Price managed to win the ball for Western Sydney. Apostolakis to her captain Claire Hunt. She's been leading passes for her team this season. Very reliable in the back when they need to play out for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Steinmetz. Harding tries to head it on, but the Canberra players just let it go to their keeper. Lincoln. Just over the head there of Tasha Grove. She's been very impressive this season. She's still quite young, still hasn't. She's been called up for the Young Matildas this season. What have you made of her performances so far, Teresa?
Yeah, thoroughly deserved call up for Sasha Grove. You know, she's had a great season so far. Young player. You can see she's learning week in, week out. She's at a good place in Canberra. And, yeah, hopefully she can continue to keep her spot there and really, you know, make that mark in the Young Matildas as well.
Grove able to beat the boot first. Ferris lays it off for Apostolakis. Bloomer a long way out of the box, has to chase the ball a little bit.
Yeah, Wanderers at the moment still figuring things out. They're still figuring the way they need to press today, and they're still figuring out how they need to build up out of their back third as well.
Gordon to Harrison. Through the centre of the pitch. Gordon keeps a hold of possession, finds Sheridan Gallagher, and Chloe Lincoln clears it. Steinmetz.
That was much better from the Wanderers. If they can build up, keep the ball in that middle third and get their front three on the ball and execute a good pass in the back third, they'll be in for this game today.
Jale finds Heyman. This is another opportunity for Heyman to go for a run. She tries to chip it over Farah, still has a hold of possession. Lets her go behind her, and Matos able to clear.
That counter-attack from Canberra today is very quick and very dangerous. So the Wanderers, they need to keep possession in the right areas and not give it up cheaply.
Gordon, unable to get through. It'll be a free kick for Canberra on the edge of the box. Very dangerous area for them.
Really dangerous area to give the ball up. I had just said it. These are the areas they need to avoid giving up the ball. We can see here, here's what the foul's for. There wasn't too much in it from Beth Gordon. There, I find that a pretty harsh one, but nonetheless, the Wanderers need to defend their goal now.
And Holly Murray winning that foul for Canberra United. We've definitely some very skillful players in this Canberra attack line. Milivojevic and Grace Marr can score from this distance. We've seen this already this season.
Yeah, 2 free kick specialists here. I'm wondering who's got the nod here for it. It'll be very interesting as to who actually strikes this one. Very dangerous situation for Western Sydney.
Milivojevic directly into the path of Bloomer. And Jordan Bloomer has been so steady between the sticks for Western Sydney. She has been nominated for the Player of the Month award because of her performances, really keeping them in some crucial games, including some last-minute saves, especially in that last game. She pretty much salvaged those 3 points for them with that save at the death. But very important for the Canberra United players going forward with these free kicks about how they will try and beat her today.
Yeah, Jordan Bloom is having a fantastic season between the sticks for the Wanderers. You know, she's a great voice back there for them. She's come here to the A-League for a specific purpose, and I think it's paying off for her and the Wanderers. You mentioned earlier Grace Marr. She's been deployed at centre-back, which is an interesting decision. Perhaps Negosh Popovic is looking for a bit of distribution at the back there, and that's what you'll get from Grace Marr.
Sophie Harding flashes across the face for Steinmetz, and an attempt there from Postelakis. And just onto the roof of the net. She is the youngest ever scorer for the Western Sydney Wanderers, and she does really like to have a shot from distance when she can.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if she meant to sort of lob it so high then. I think she mishit that one. But yeah, look, she's known for a long shot here and there.
Chloe Lincoln just taking her time before kicking it out. Steinmetz, Gordon, Harrison. Wanderers just trying to keep one touch, to keep possession. Finds Price on that wing. Crosses in. Gordon. But will be the first corner for the Wanderers in this game.
That was much better from the Wanderers, exactly what they're after. You got Harrison and Gallagher keeping the ball through the midfield, getting Olivia Price on the ball for a good cross. Beth Gordon continued her run, and they earned themselves a corner. Exactly what they want.
They're the team that have scored the least amount of goals from set pieces and corners this season. So it'll be interesting to see how they try and work this around for their team. Harrison. Grace Jale directly heads it up, and Gallagher, and it's in the back of the net. And it is a goal for the Western Sydney Wanderers. It is Sheridan Gallagher heads it home.
That was a great delivery from Amy Harrison. Oh, it's looking like maybe it's a disallowed goal. Perhaps some contact on the keeper there, Georgia.
So Hayley Taylor-Young now releases Nikki Flannery. Flannery back to Taylor-Young.
It appeared that the ref had signalled a goal then, but in actual fact, it's looking like there was
some contact.
Unlawful contact in the box, perhaps on the keeper. Yeah, Chloe Lincoln is fouled there, resulting in a free kick and a quick attack from Canberra.
Is that what we should come to expect from this game? The really fast counter-attacks from Canberra whenever there's an opportunity?
It's looking like it. It's not something that we've always seen from Canberra, but today it definitely is looking like they're just winning that ball and going forward with pace.
Again, another turnover now going the way of Canberra. Heyman trying to keep it in. And a goal kick for Western Sydney. Heyman, she's been doing so much work in this team. She's been leading from the front. She is, of course, their captain here. 8 goals now, so she's definitely clearly second in that golden boot race. Age is no factor when it comes to her goal-scoring abilities.
Absolutely not. She's still got it. She's leading Canberra. She's scoring goals. She's creating goals, and that's exactly what they want and need from her. So well done to Michelle Heyman.
Gordon and Ma really... And a yellow card for Sharon Gallagher very early on. Georgia Girardello very quick to come out of the book, and Laura Hughes also getting a talking to there. You can see both players, Laura Hughes and Sharon Gallagher, really going for it.
We love to see a bit of spice, Georgia. You know, there's a lot of passion out there, but surely if it's a yellow card for one, it's a yellow card for the other there. I'm not too sure whether the Laura Hughes got a yellow as well. Indeed, both players have got a yellow card for that little battle there. It'll make for a really exciting game.
And, you know, we're only approaching this 18-minute mark now. We've got 2 yellow cards. We've got a goal. This is a very important battle for both these teams. Of course, the extended season means that you're not over and out within where you potentially could have been in previous seasons. So that's the absolute beauty of this season's being extended, and next year having a full home and away as well. So both these teams really still trying to fight for those finals positions.
Yeah, and it just shows that both teams are passionate and want to win. And I love to see that kind of fire in the game, and gets the crowd going as well. And it will certainly make for a really exciting game.
And the Canberra faithful are out in force here today at McKellar Park. We do know that ACT loves this side. They love getting behind it. So they'll definitely be excited to see what we have seen already on the pitch today.
Absolutely. The crowd down in Canberra is their 12th player. They're always there helping the team get over the line. I've experienced an away game there. It's very daunting, intimidating. It's not easy to travel there and win.
Matos. Harding. And Beth Gordon right on the wing. Tries to keep a hold of the ball. But it will be a throw-in for Canberra.
And that's what the Wanderers need to improve. They need to improve their execution in that front third. It was pretty good build-up, but it's those final passes that they need to stick. And at the moment, they're not sticking them at a high enough rate.
Talking about the link-up play that we've seen from the Western Sydney, that final attacking third, do you think that the current defensive lineup that Canberra have is really kind of trying to play on their weaknesses, so to speak?
At times, yes, but I also see a lot of unforced errors, just like that pass from Sophie Harding then to Beth Gordon. So it's those things that the Wanderers need to cut out.
Jale. Finds Grove. And Sophie Harding comes streaming through. Chloe Lincoln just being very careful not to leave her box. Protect the space. Grove. Finds Heyman. Jale tries to push it over, but there's no one in the space there for her.
Yeah, they were just on two different wavelengths there, Grace Jale and Michelle Heyman. On that occasion, Heyman had come checked back for the ball, whereas Jale had the idea to go in behind, as we've seen Canberra do in this opening 20 minutes.
Apostolakis. Pressure from Jale.
You asked me about Canberra and the way they're defending, and to me it looks as though in that middle and front third they're really applying the pressure, and when the Wanderers get into their final third it's more of a measured approach.
Hunt trying to make her way through the centre of the pitch. Heyman really trying to make it difficult for her, and both players end up on the floor.
Yeah, I think the referee let a couple go there, and that third one was just a bit much. So she's blown the whistle for Claire Hunt. Here we see, yeah, just plenty of arms there, and the decision goes in favour of the attacker there.
Hunt now with the free kick. Centre of the box. And Chloe Lincoln picks it up quite easily.
She went for it there, Claire Hunt, but the wind seemed to have held it up.
And Georgia Girardello just having a quick chat with Danica Matos just to make sure she is okay. And it will be a drop ball for the Wanderers. And a drinks break will be had. It is quite a warm day here in Canberra. It hasn't affected the players, I would say. They've been to be running on with some quite intensity throughout this game very early on.
Yes, it is a highly intense match. Both teams have brought the high energy today. So, yeah, so far the heat doesn't seem to be affecting them. But it's a much needed drink break to replenish those fluids that they are losing.
So a quick look at those goals that we have seen. Of course, only one standing.
Yeah, it seemed as though in that duel that players were waiting for the whistle a bit. The ball did get through and landed at the feet of Michelle Heyman, who made no mistake and slotted that home.
And again, a look at the yellows that we've seen as well. So that battle between Hughes and Gallagher.
Yeah, things you love to see there. Bring the passion, bring the spice, and yeah, both players earning a yellow card there for their efforts. And we'll need to be careful for the rest of the game, though. It is an early yellow card, and particularly as a midfielder, that does play on your mind when you are on a yellow card. So both players will need to stay out of trouble now, take no risks for the rest of the game.
And of course, the disallowed goal, the corner from Amy Harrison. And the foul there from Sheridan Gallagher. She thought she got the goal and got the header, but it was the free kick against her in the end.
Yeah, look, there was contact on the goalkeeper, and referees are going to call that every single time.
Matos back to Hunt. Ferris, she made her debut earlier this calendar year. She's quite new to the squad, but she's really been able to retain her place for the Wanderers.
Yeah, and Kat Smith showing a lot of faith in the youngster to deploy her at centre back alongside, of course, Claire Hunt, who would be a fantastic mentor for Gemma Ferris.
Just the 18 years old is Gemma Ferris. Kat Smith also wearing a Pride armband on her coaching jersey. Apostolakis versus Jale. Foot race, I think we're going to see quite a few times. And Heyman able to break free. Still has the ball at her feet. Heyman, she goes again, and she scores again. Who else but Michelle Heyman? She has two.
Once again, Michelle Heyman delivers for Canberra United. Canberra are absolutely bullying Western Sydney at the back there, particularly on the right side. And once again, it was almost a mirror image of the last goal. Yep, they've strengthened Alexia Apostolakis there, and Michelle Heyman goes in and out, gets the defenders off balance and slots it home there.
Do you think that's a talk of experience, of strength, of being able to have faith in your ability to just run through players?
Oh, absolutely. It's Michelle Heyman to a T. She's always been a great dribbler. She's always had a physical presence on the field. But you know what? It's tactical masterclass at the moment from Canberra. They are out-muscling the Wanderers all over the pitch. And particularly on their right side, a couple of times Alexia Apostolakis has lost that ball in that, in that one-on-one battle. So it is tactical as well from Canberra. They're executing their game plan really well today.
And a quick stat before the game is the fact that Canberra have won 5 games, and all 5 games Michelle Heyman has scored, and she scored twice today. And here comes Nikki Flannery. You've got to make it 3. An opportunity there for Canberra United to really bury this game early in.
That was an absolute sitter for Nikki Flannery, and here's the ball that came across. She only had the keeper to beat, and she just scuffed that shot with her right foot. And she's pretty disappointed in that effort.
This is such a different side we're seeing, this Canberra United side, to what we saw when they had those consecutive 5-0 defeats. This is a side that looks hungry. How would you describe it?
Oh, really, really hungry side. They had the huge win over Sydney FC before the break, which looks to have really restored their confidence, their motivation, their passion. And a win like that will do that. So it's great that over the break they've been able to, keep that confidence going, and obviously they've trained really well and they're looking sharp, and they've continued that form. So yeah, it's a scary looking Canberra United team today.
Gordon releases Gallagher. She has space to run into. Gallagher crosses it, and Harding's running through, but just goes past her.
Yeah, good response there from the Wanderers. It was a nice cross to Sophie Harding. Beth Gordon gets the ball on halfway and threads Sheridan Gallagher through beautifully. And Gallagher saw Harding making the run through, but just overhit the ball there.
Charlie. Coming on, Emma.
So substitution for Canberra United. Grace Jale makes her mark very early in this game, and Emma Ilioski has come on.
Interesting, a very, very early sub there, and generally first half subs are down to injury, so hopefully we can get some information on that. Here's the foul on Nikki Flannery, and yeah, that was Danica Matos has just clobbered her in the back there, so definite foul.
Ma to take the free kick. Hughes into the head of Gallagher. Harrison with the ball. Tries to spot Apostolakis. Ilioski. Sasha Grove, we've spoke about her just before. So impressive she's been this season for Canberra United. Still just only 18 years of age, but really making her mark and really solidifying her starting 11 position. Ilioski heads it on. Into the path of Harding. Attempted shot at goal there from Sophie Harding.
Not a bad effort there from Harding, and it's what the Wanderers need. They need players taking shots now. They need players stepping up and taking some risk, because they've got a mountain to climb today.
Lincoln. Steinmetz heads it on. Ferris to Hunt. Michelle Heyman pushes on. Hunt against Heyman now. And that ball to Nikki Flannery almost came streaming through with an intercept.
Wanderers there just playing with fire, taking risks in the areas they shouldn't be taking risks. I think there was an easy pass back to the goalkeeper then. Here we go. Claire Hunt just maybe being a little under-hitting that pass just a little bit and putting Jordan Bloomer under pressure.
Milivojevic. Apostolakis trying to guard the ball out. It will be a goal kick for the Wanderers. Milivojevic, we haven't seen too much from her this game. Do you think she's going to build more into it the further we go on? Or
I think she's doing, work that goes unnoticed, but she is a workhorse. She's making a lot of runs forward and at times not getting the ball. She's sort of sacrificing herself for others at the moment. So it might not look like it, but I think she's getting through a mountain of work today.
Heyman. Matos comes through, just able to use her body. There's quite a young backline there, especially on that far left side. You spoke about how Canberra has an offside there against Sophie Harding, but you spoke about how that right side is the channel they're kind of going through, and that's where they've been dangerous, and that's where they've scored the 2 goals. Is that because of the youth they have in that backline for the Wanderers?
It could well be. It could be something we won't know, but it could be something that Canberra have discussed. It is certainly a trend we are seeing them going down that side more so than the left. I think Danica Matos is a little more experienced than Apostolakis.
Grove crosses in. Hunt clears it immediately.
And just with that offside given just then, Sophie Harding was pretty angry about that one. I think she thought that Canberra had in fact touched the ball, and if that was the case, then it's not actually an offside and she would have been away.
Yeah, Sophie Harding on screen there. She has been directly involved in all 3 of Western Sydney's last 3 goals. She's scored 2, she's assisted 1. She's really been a massive difference in their past 2 games when it comes to getting the 3 points.
Yeah, she's been great all season. In every game she's been noticeable, and finally in the last few rounds she's been rewarded for all her efforts. So hopefully for her that keeps going, and maybe today she can get on the score sheet and help her team get back into this game.
Flannery with the header. Hunt out to Matos. Hunt again through the centre. Price offloads to Gordon. Milivojevic using her body. The free kick given against her.
Here's the foul on Gordon. Yeah, there was definitely a little shove there from Milivojevic. The whistle hadn't gone yet, and Amy Harrison seemed to have trusted that there would be a whistle there. But yeah, definitely foul there on Beth Gordon.
Beth Gordon is pretty consistent in her fouls conceded and fouls conceded against. Well, she's very dead on the middle. She seems to be involved with a lot of fights, winning and conceding fouls.
Yeah, definitely she's a player that loves to get in the mix in a game. She's not afraid of a battle. She's not afraid to, give up a foul, and she can certainly take one.
Milivojevic away now. Finds Heyman on that right-hand side. Heyman still with possession of the ball. Hughes out to Grove. Grove just to Ma. Canberra's still looking the more dangerous. They seem to be the side with the attack. Do you think the Wanderers are just not able to break through that final attacking third that you mentioned before?
Yeah, I think the Wanderers at times are their own worst enemy, and it's the unforced errors. It's, giving the ball away in the wrong areas that's really hurting them. You see once again, Canberra United are getting the shot away. And we just saw before this run of play, Canberra getting a lot of joy on that right again. Here's Sheridan Gallagher dribbling in the wrong areas. And Canberra are up for this game. They are winning the ball in really dangerous spots and going straight at goal.
Michelle Heyman again, so influential. She has been making her way through the park. And again, just speaking about what you were saying there, Teresa, Canberra have had 6 shots, the Western Sydney Wanderers 3. They have just seemed to be more willing to take a hit almost. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you can just see watching this game that Canberra are dominating in all aspects.
Harding going for a run, making her way through the centre of the park. Price with an opportunity. Moves down the centre, still goes for a shot and forces Chloe Lincoln into quite a decent save.
That was a great run there from Olivia Price. Fantastic shot with a left peg and equally great save from Chloe Lincoln.
Again, Sophie Harding coming through on that run. Olivia Price making her way through, taking quite a few touches before she attempts that shot.
And she's such a nifty and creative player, Olivia Price. You can, and Canberra know that. You can see the way they defended her there. No one dove into her. And she got a great shot away.
Here comes Flannery. Boots it long. And directly into path of Bloomer. Milivojevic tried to get away with it then.
I think Milivojevic saw the flag go up and just decided to, you know, conserve her energy there. But interesting that Wanderers took a short corner there, and it was pretty disappointing one at that, which ended up in a Canberra attack.
What's your opinion on short corners?
Oh, look, I'm all for them. But, yeah, interesting that they're going from this early in the game. You did mention earlier that their stats on set pieces aren't the greatest this season, so perhaps they were trying to mix things up. But yeah, look, I don't mind a short corner.
Canberra retain possession. Taylor Young trying to release Heyman in the centre. Hunt to Harrison. Time and space for the defenders here for Wanderers. No urgency just yet. Gordon. Harrison. And Flannery just passes back to her own keeper, and Canberra regain possession.
And Western Sydney are finding it easier to build up out of their back third now. You can see Canberra have dropped off, given that the heat. And
Harding with play there. Seimitz goes for the shot.
That was a good opportunity there for the Wanderers, but Steinmetz just gets under that, and she'll be disappointed with that effort. But we can see that the Canberra press has dropped off a bit now, and here's the shot again from Steinmetz. Yeah, she just gets under that. It's gone way over goal.
There was that early substitution, and we saw Grace Jarley had a massive influence, especially with the press. Do you think that substitution is what the difference has been now that Western Sydney Wanderers have come back in?
It could be a part of it, but look, in this kind of heat, and even in any game, you can't press for 90 minutes. It's near impossible. So I think Canberra United are just managing, you know, their load at the moment, and perhaps they'll start the press again soon.
Apostolakis. Ilioski to Heyman again. Canberra United really going for that central route. Heyman dribbling on the ball. Heyman still retains possession. She managed to keep the ball, and it will be a free kick against her. Jordan Bloomer just checking for any wall wounds.
The tenacity from Heyman then. She beats one, lines up another. Claire Hunt does get a touch there, but Heyman keeps... she just had so much momentum to keep going through and gives up the foul in the end.
Heyman again, time and space. Wants to release it to Milivojevic, but ends up to the feet of Jordan Bloomer.
She had plenty of time there to shoot Michelle Heyman. It was on her left foot, so I'm thinking, you know, she does favour her right. Perhaps she wasn't comfortable enough to have a dig with her left boot there, but she had plenty of time to get a good shot away.
Hunt to Bloomer. To Ferris. Western Sydney trying to play it out from the back again. Over the top. Sophie Harding. Going for a run. Sophie Harding again. Across the face of goal, and it'll be a goal kick for Canberra United.
That was a great run there from Sophie Harding. She used her strength and pace to get past Ellie Brush here and got away from her, and she's just sent that shot. And I think it's tipped the bar and gone over, but could she have placed that? Could she have taken a bit more time to just place it in there? She only had the keeper to beat.
Harding again, foot in the ball. Posolakis. Price trying to battle Milivojevic in the centre of the pitch. Price using her fancy footwork to retain possession. Matos back to Price again. Western Sydney still playing the ball around, not really looking to go forward too quickly. Time and patience being shown with their passing.
Yeah, the Wanderers have improved in possession now, but unfortunately they're 2 goals down. So, you know, that's what makes it hard for them now.
Harding. So possession really falling the way of the Wanderers at the moment. 58% to 42% the way of Canberra, even though Canberra United are currently 2 goals up to nil. We have another quick look at that battle between Hughes and Gallagher. I think, Ilioski and Gallagher. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Canberra work against a player like Sheridan Gallagher, what they plan to do to contain her. And decent foul count really early in this game. 7 fouls to Canberra, 6 to Western Sydney.
Yeah, Laura Hughes and Sheridan Gallagher seem to be gravitating towards each other for the battle today, but they do need to be careful. They're both on a yellow. But yeah, but they know about Sheridan Gallagher. She's a physical player. She's not shy to get a yellow card, so perhaps they are trying to draw her in for a second yellow.
Would you say this game is a spicy affair, Teresa? Or does it have the capability to become one later on?
It certainly does. Look, both teams have turned up with a lot of energy today, that's for sure. And, you know, at times there's a bit of spice too.
Harding again goes for another shot, and it hits the top of the crossbar. Harding again, can she go for another shot at goal?
She's hit the crossbar twice now. It was a great shot here from Sophie Harding from her left boot this time. Curls around and dips at the end, hitting the crossbar. What does she have to do to score a goal?
She's hungry today, isn't she?
She definitely is. Here's the ball threaded through from Olivia Price, but just too far out of Sheridan Gallagher's reach there. And Chloe Lincoln does well to pick up the pieces there.
And Holly Murray, just the ball going over her head there. Very heavily strapped elbow for Holly Murray in this game. Lioski to take the throw.
Game slowed down a bit before half-time. Both teams probably wanting to get in, rehydrate and get further instruction from the coaching staff.
Harrison to Gordon, back to Price. Price just trying to use her speed and dribbling. Passes back to her captain in Hunt, and Harding against Hayley Taylor-Young. Taylor Young able to win the foot race here. Still the two of them battling down right on the line, those two players. And the Canberra crowd are very happy for the birthday girl. They give her quite the round of applause for that battle.
Yeah, another great battle from two players with a lot of power and pace then. You love to see it.
And there'll be an additional 4 minutes of added time. Apostolakis.
Yeah, we can see Apostolakis is now on the right side. So we'll see now whether Canberra are targeting Apostolakis and going down her side. So an interesting change there from the Wanderers.
Flannery. Very high ball. Hunt just tries to head it back to her keeper. Harrison playing from the back. Matos. Ilioski able to quickly intercept that ball. Brush. Canberra just showing patience, passing it around from the back. They have the time and space. With the additional 4 minutes on, they are still up 2-0 in this game.
Grace Ma's distribution at the back there is phenomenal. You can see why she's been deployed as a centre back, and not only that, this adds to her artillery and makes her more of a versatile player.
Ilioski, Sasha Grove tries to win the foot race there against Gemma Ferris. Flannery putting a lot of pressure on Jordan Bloomer. When Canberra want to turn it on with their pressure, they can so easily.
That was good footwork by Gemma Ferris to evade her defender then and keep the ball for the Wanderers.
Apostolakis. Harrison. To the back foot of Sophie Harding. Price lays off for Steinmetz, but missed time pass, and Murray able to get possession for Canberra.
Those are the sorts of passes that the Wanderers need to cut out of their game. It's an unforced error. Before that, it was good play. They got Amy Harrison on the ball, who they should be trying to get on more and more. They built up, and that's the kind of pass they need to execute.
Hunt. Milivojevic really paying close special attention to her. Gordon. To Harrison. Matos streaming through that left-hand side. Brush was able to get a foot to it, and Canberra have cleared it from danger.
Another great ball threaded through from Amy Harrison to tee up Danica Matos for a dangerous cross there.
How heavily do you think the Wanderers rely on Amy Harrison, or are they not relying on her enough?
She's certainly a key player of theirs, and I think that, you know, Amy herself needs to start getting on the ball more, and the Wanderers as a whole need to be finding players like her, the creative midfielders that can really tee things up for their strikers, for Sophie Harding, for Sheridan Gallagher to finish.
Heyman heads it on. Gordon. And that is the full-time whistle, and really interesting battle between these two sides, but who else but Michelle Heyman? Both goals coming from her, and both times coming from opportunities where she was able to use her game intelligence, her pace and her strength and her experience to muscle her way through.
Yeah, she was just so tenacious. She outpaced and outmuscled the Wanderers backline, and, you know, 2 goals to boot.
And so at the halftime break, it is Canberra United 2, Western Sydney 0. And a quick look at the stats. Teresa, anything that you make up from these stats?
Yeah, look, the Wanderers have had more shots than you'd think. However, only the one on target, which needs to change.
Yeah, and last time we spoke about that total shots, it was 6-3 the favour of Canberra. So really, they came back in that second part of that half. And we see the players make their way into the stands, and we'll be back very shortly after this break for the second half of Canberra United and Western Sydney Wanderers.
Spectators must never become violent or antisocial towards another person, including spectators, players, coaches, or match officials. Any person identified engaging in disorderly behaviour or who otherwise causes a disturbance may be evicted from the venue and potentially banned from attending future matches. Spectators must not enter the field of play or playing arena without lawful authority. Significant penalties apply for breaching this condition of entry, including being evicted from the venue and potentially banned from attending future matches. Last King of the Cross, a new Australian original series, exclusive to Paramount Plus. Inspired by a true story, Last King of the Cross follows brothers John and Sam Ibrahim, who organise the street but lose each other in their ascent to power. Last King of the Cross, an Australian original series, now streaming on Paramount Plus. Don't miss your chance to see Liberty A-League football live and loud week in and week out. The Liberty A-League Pass gives registered footballers in Australia aged 16 and under free entry to all Liberty A-League games on any game day, on any venue in Australia throughout the 2022-23 Liberty A-League Women home and away season. Go to keepup.com.au/liberty-a-league-pass to sign up. Don't miss a moment of Liberty A-League women football this season with the Liberty A-League Pass. The Australian professional leagues are partnering with Pride Cup Australia to celebrate LGBTQIA plus inclusivity in sport. Canberra United is proud to celebrate LGBTQIA plus peoples and their inclusion in our football community. Check out our local organisation, Meridian ACT, by the front gate to see what they have on offer. There is no room for homophobia and transphobia in our sport. Any spectator identified to be engaging in homophobic or transphobic harassment, abuse or discrimination may be refused entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches and handed over to the police for further questioning. Canberra United would like to thank its sponsors for their ongoing support during the 2022-2023 Liberty A-League season. Our principal partner, the University of Canberra. Our major partners, the ACT Government, Clubline, Women's Personal Injury Lawyers, ISC Sport, DKD Consulting and Nano Water Hydration. Our official partners, Southern Cross Austereo. Our business squad members, Inklab, Kin Early Learning Centre and TP Dynamics. You can go your own way with Isuzu Ute, the official automotive partner of the A-Leagues. Listen up. Liberty proudly supports the A-Leagues, the free thinkers, the game changers and the goal kickers, both on and off the field. Bring your finance dreams to life with Liberty, loans for free thinkers. Flares are illegal at our venues. If you possess or throw a flare, there are severe penalties that apply. Any spectator identified with a prohibited item may be refused entry, evicted from the stadium, potentially banned from attending future matches and handed over to the police for further questioning. A financial fine will also be issued. We ask you to respect your fellow spectators by refraining from illegal and dangerous activities.
And welcome back to McCullough Park. It is Canberra United versus the Western Sydney Wanderers, and Canberra up 2-0 after some very early goals in the first half.
Yeah, here's Michelle Heyman's first goal, which landed to her conveniently, and she slotted it home beautifully for her first. And a great corner in from Amy Harrison, resulting in a Sheridan Gallagher disallowed goal for contact on the keeper.
Yeah, it's been quite a feisty battle so far. I can see Heyman again just able to move around and use her body so well to get those goals that she scored today.
She's got an amazing physical presence, as we saw twice, resulting in 2 goals. Just so tenacious, gets through 1, 2, 3 and shoots home for another wonderful goal.
And Wanderers having to be not to be outdone. They've actually really increased their shots at goal the second half of that first half, and you can see Sophie Harding and Olivia Price really trying to get themselves on the scoreboard. Yeah,
to be fair, the Wanderers have picked it up, and they've gotten a few shots on goal. A couple times they've hit the crossbar, unfortunately, but definitely better in that front third.
And it has been quite a spicy affair. This battle between Laura Hughes and Sheridan Gallagher resulted in both players getting yellow cards at that 17-minute mark.
Yeah, definitely a spicy affair, and both players like to get stuck in. Sheridan Gallagher's no stranger to a bit of argy-bargy. It's her style of play. So yeah, both players need to be careful in the second half.
Yeah, and Sheridan Gallagher will get us underway in this second half. The Wanderers will be shooting to the left of your screen. Harrison plays with the ball for Gordon. Back to Ferris and Hunt. Steinmetz. Milivojevic now with an opportunity, but just lets the ball go over the sideline.
And the Wanderers will look to come out this half the way they ended the first half, because they actually arguably ended the half on top.
Do you think that drinks break, the extra conversation they had with their coach, really changed up the way they were playing?
Yeah, definitely, or it took the momentum away from Canberra United perhaps. But yeah, they're definitely doing a lot better in their build-up and their front third.
Matos.
They'll have to come out and ignore that 2-0 scoreline. The Wanderers, they'll need to have it in their heads as if it's 0-0.
We see Olivia Price on the ball now. Amy Harrison, very influential from the centre of the pitch. She's been for the Wanderers this season. Hunt lays it off for Harrison. First touch just gets away from her. Ferris trying to challenge Heyman into the path of Milivojevic. And Canberra now with the possession. Both teams just letting the balls go a little bit beyond them. Do you think they're trying to conserve energy today at the start of the second half? Or?
No, I don't think either team's in a situation to be conserving energy in any game now until finals. So at the moment, I just think they've come out a little bit maybe stiff and after the half-time break. But we can see Vesna Milivojevic is down in a bit of pain.
Yeah, just seems to be clutching that right ankle. And the trainer has come onto the pitch. Just
you can see here's the replay of the incident, and didn't look like there was too much in that. Perhaps Amy Harrison accidentally caught her ankle there.
And of course, Canberra already had an early substitution with Grace Jale coming off at that 27-minute mark and Emma Liofsky coming on. So already one substitution down, and just at the start of this second half now.
Yeah, potentially, you know, you don't want two forced substitutions at this stage in the game. So look, it's looking like Vesna will be okay. She's receiving treatment from the physio at the moment.
Hopefully some magic eye spray and she'll be okay.
It's magic, that spray.
Hughes against Gordon. Both players who can draw and concede a foul, those two.
They can, and Laura Hughes has definitely been in the thick of the action today, and that's what she needs to be. As a holding midfielder, she needs to be involved in pretty much everything.
Brush. Hunt just going over the top. Postolakis just loses her footing. Here comes Taylor Young. Crosses it in. Heyman's there. But easy work for Jordan Bloomer.
Yeah, there's good opportunity there for Michelle Heyman. She just couldn't get enough on it off her head.
Matos. Steinmetz. Murray just applying pressure from Canberra. Price retains the ball. Flannery passes back to her defensive line. Grove.
You can see a few tactical changes. We had Alexia Postolakis deployed onto the left, onto the right at the end of the half, and Sasha Groves switched sides now too.
Maybe that's her preferred side of the pitch at McCullough Park, and it doesn't matter what end she's going for, she wants to stay on that far end.
Could be.
Grace Marr. You spoke a little bit about her distribution in that first half. She does play a bit further up the field. We have seen her score some really good long-distance goals this season as well. What do you think makes her so important to this Canberra United side?
Well, she knows how to score a goal at the right time. She's fantastic on set pieces. She's obviously a great person and leader on the pitch for them. And at the moment, she's a bit of a utility player where she's happy to play wherever the team needs. And at the moment, that's centre back. And she's doing really, really well to distribute the ball all around the pitch for Canberra United.
Taylor Young. Milivojevic and Bloomer a long way out. But the offside was called.
Jordan Bloomer's come a long way out to clear that ball.
She wants to get involved in the game.
Travel goalkeeper.
Bloomer hadn't played a professional level match prior to joining the Wanderers this season, but she played her university games, but she's signed to Racing Louisville, but hasn't played in the league just yet. She played in a pre-season tournament, so this opportunity and these consistent minutes in Western Sydney must be doing her really in good stead for her team.
Yeah, and that's why she's here, Georgia. You know, these minutes are invaluable to her, and she'll head back to the US, and you know, hopefully they're watching her and seeing the way she plays the game and the fact that she can do really well at this level.
Steinmetz back to Hunt. And here comes Sasha Grove. She lays it off for Heyman. Heyman still has possession. So many Wanderers players trying to crowd her.
It was a great intercept there from Sasha Grove, but she just couldn't get enough on that pass for Michelle Heyman. Here's the intercept from Sasha Grove. She knows that Michelle Heyman's peeled out wide, but that pass in the end didn't have enough on it.
Gallagher and Lincoln able to pick it up. Sophie Harding, we've seen how dangerous she is running on the wing. Do you think she's been as dangerous as she has been in previous games today?
I think, yeah, she's been busy today. She's hit the crossbar twice. You know, on another day, perhaps those goals are in, and, you know, we're saying how outstanding of a game she is having. So, you know, I think she's doing a lot of work for the Wanderers and just isn't getting rewarded for it at the moment.
Harrison tries to go for a shot. And Chloe Lincoln, she's been so reliable in goals for Canberra this year.
She really has been. She's been a revelation. She's part of the young Matildas. And it's great to see her getting consistent minutes this season. There was a good effort there from Amy Harrison and well collected by Chloe Lincoln.
And some fantastic link-up play from Canberra United here. Here comes Nikki Flannery. She crosses around the face of Sasha Grove. And Sasha Grove has scored! It's a debut A-League women's goal for Sasha Grove. And look how thrilled her team are.
And she's so deserving of that goal. We saw her go on a run a few minutes ago. She couldn't get the pass away, but you know what? She kept her head up, made another forward run, and she's been rewarded, not just for her efforts today, but for a great season so far. We see Nicoletta Flannery got the ball through and crossed it for Sasha Grove to finish on the left foot. So great tactical change there, having Sasha Grove move to the left.
And a debut goal for Sasha Grove. Lots of effort being put in this season, and she must be so happy with that. And just great link-up play from Canberra United in the lead-up. So it is Canberra United 3, Western Sydney Wanderers 0.
And Canberra have woken up this half, but you're nice to see, you know, she's obviously really happy with the goal, and equally so her teammates seem to be thrilled for her.
Here come the Western Sydney Wanderers. Their heads are still up. They're still fighting for points in this game. Harrison, Gordon, and Harding. But Lincoln able to just pick up the ball and steady.
Here's the goal once again. Nicoletta Flannery crosses it right across goal, and Sasha Grove does a great job of finishing it the way it came, which wrong foots the goalkeeper and slots it home. 3-0 Canberra.
Here is Grove with the ball again. She's got time and space. She's really enjoying this attacking freedom she's had. Heyman, Milivojevic. Simon's able to put her foot in to disrupt play. But here comes Hughes. Grove. And Beth Gordon just pushes it away from danger.
And Sasha Grove's just oozing confidence now. It's great to see such a young player with so much confidence in a game. She's worked hard for it, and for such a young player to be getting great minutes like this is fantastic for our, you know, young Matildas teams as well.
We've spoken about the importance of that. We've got quite a few of those young Matildas players, and of course, you know, her goalkeeper Chloe Lincoln is also a young Matilda. So it really speaks to just the absolute quality we have in this league.
It does. It's a perfect league for young players to get minutes, and it only helps all of our national teams.
Ali Brush with the ball. She scored the winner in their last game against Sydney. Ilioski. Back to Brush. Heyman releases Grove on that wing. Hunt versus Grove.
I think Grove underestimated herself there up against newly capped Matilda Claire Hunt. I think she actually could have kept that in and controlled the ball there and perhaps, you know, recycled it, played it back and kept the ball for Canberra.
Steinmetz, high ball, hoping to let Gallagher run through, but
there you can see the pure joy on Sasha Grove's face and enjoying a celebration with a teammate. But yeah, she deserves all the success she gets today.
Laura Hughes to Grove.
Canberra United seem to have regained control of this game now. You can see in the way they're keeping possession and going forward when they please.
And still Western Sydney is 57% to 43. They are the ones in control technically when it comes to those stats, and a foul there going the way of Western Sydney Wanderers. Laura Hughes conceding it.
And it's Sophie Harding who's won that foul. She's picked up the ball and run at her defenders and drawn that foul. So it's a foul in a good position, a free kick in a good position for the Wanderers. And it looks like Amy Harrison stepped up for it.
Harrison with an opportunity to get the Wanderers back into this game. Harrison goes high. Chloe Lincoln just able to bring it down. Olioski finds Flannery. Flannery with time and space. Just Danica Matos in front of her. Milivojevic. Back to Olioski. Murray. Olioski again. Olivia Price just applying pressure. Heyman tried to set up the play. Sasha Grove really running into Jordan Bloomer.
She's buzzing, Sasha Grove. The adrenaline's absolutely pumping after her goal, I think.
Apostolakis to Gordon. Price finds Gallagher. Steinmetz. Time and space in front of her. She tries to release Sophie Harding. She heads it on. Another free kick in a dangerous area for the Wanderers.
A double substitution for Western Sydney Wanderers.
And Claire Hunt, after playing 224 minutes for Matildas across 3 games in the Cup of Nations, will be taking a break, and Angelique Christodoulou will be coming on. And Marley Steinmetz, who also featured for the Football Ferns in their games against Argentina, will be coming off for Amy Chisari.
Yeah, both players have had a busy schedule of late with their international duties, so I'm guessing Kat Smith's just managing their load. And in comes Angelique Christodoulou with plenty of experience to take Claire Hunt's place.
Amy Harrison to take the free kick again.
It's almost identical to the last one.
How will she go now? She goes high. Fair bit over the bar.
And she's just got way under that. Lifted her head a little bit early, and she won't be happy with that effort.
Olioski. Brush crosses it across the face of goal. Taylor Young. Beth Gordon just following her behind, tries to almost reach out and grab her, but doesn't make a difference. Sasha Grove now with the ball.
good forward run there from Hayley Taylor-Young on her birthday. Team's 3-0 up. But once again, Sasha Grove does really well to hold the line there and not get caught offside. We did see a hand go up for it, but Sasha Grove was really clever in that instance.
We've seen Sasha Grove play that, left back position, but she's really has the freedom to push up so much higher in the current formation that the Canberra United are playing. She seems to be really enjoying it. What do you think of what she's been able to do in this game compared to previous ones?
I think it's great that she's been pushed forward. I haven't seen her in this role, and it suits her. She's able to do it, and that's only a good thing for Canberra, because it just means that they have yet another versatile player, and it gives Negos Popovic more options.
Chloe Lincoln just clearing it from danger. Ferris to Matos. Chisari finds Price. Price uses her footwork. Harding goes back all the way to Apostolakis, who looks like she's playing more in that central role in defence, and very hard ball into Milivojevic. Can almost hear the crack on camera, but Western Sydney play on.
Yeah, those ones are absolute stingers, and really got Milivojevic from close range there. Here it is. It's hit her in the stomach there. So yeah, pretty painful one to take that.
She's already had some medical attention today, so really in the wards today, Vesna Milivojevic.
She is, but she's tough and durable, and she'll get up and keep battling.
That's what you've come to expect from the Serbian international, especially in this Canberra United side. She did also used to play for Western Sydney Wanderers before playing overseas.
She did, in fact, and I don't think she got many minutes there, which prompted her to make the move overseas, but she's come back. She's matured as a person and a player, and she's been spectacular for Canberra this season.
Yep, still only 21 years of age, so very young player. Lots to look forward to her with her in coming years. Harding wins the ball. Hughes giving chase. Sheridan Gallagher with time and space. Offside called.
Yeah, that was a really good run there from Sophie Harding. She regained possession and then played Sheridan Gallagher in, who didn't hold the line long enough. You can see that ball went into Sheridan Gallagher. It was a good ball, but Gallagher was caught offside.
It's 3-0 here at McCullough Park. 2 goals in the first half, another goal in the second half for Canberra. Really just showing strength when it comes to pressing forward. But Western Sydney, they've had opportunities. They're still leading the total shots in this game, 12-10.
They haven't been, completely and utterly outplayed today. It's just the fact that some of the passes in the front third haven't been executed, and of course they've been unlucky with hitting the post on a number of times.
And a little back heel in that passage of play, and it results in a Western Sydney corner.
And they're the types of players they need to get on the ball more. Amy Harrison, Olivia Price, these are all nifty, creative players who can make things happen for the team. You saw that ball in behind there for Antrish Tadulu. Didn't quite get there, but they've won a corner.
And 3 corners for Western Sydney, 0 so far for Canberra. Harrison goes high, and Harding just heads it away. Gallagher able to keep possession for the Wanderers. Murray just closely guarding her. And it will be another drinks break for the players. After the last drinks break, we saw Western Sydney come out and they went hard. They had some tactical changes, and it really resulted in them coming out in that second part of the first half, looking the stronger of the two teams, but unable to translate that onto the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mirror image to the first half, Georgia. I was just thinking about that, and will this kill Canberra's momentum again? Will the Wanderers... And here is the ball through from Nicoletta Flannery. She did tee up Sasha Grove there, who puts it back where it came from for a nicely slotted first ever goal in the A-League.
Yeah, and you can see how much that goal meant to her, and even to Flannery when she knew what happened. So it's good to see the camaraderie of this Canberra United front line. They do seem to be working very hard for each other.
Yeah, they always have a good culture, you know, down in Canberra. You can see that with the young team this season, and not to mention, you know, the leaders they have around the place. You know, Ellie Brush has been, you know, in the league for a number of years, and of course Michelle Heyman, who, might I mention, actually started that whole play. Emma Ilioski played Michelle Heyman in, who then flicked the ball into Nicoletta Flannery. So, yeah, it's the whole system there that's, you know, helping someone like Sasha Grove succeed.
And overall, it's, yeah, and look at the screen now, 10 shots for Canberra, 12 for Western Sydney Wanderers. We spoke on that briefly before. At one point, it was 6 to Canberra, 3 to Western Sydney. Western Sydney really now trying hard to try and get that goal.
Yeah, they've gotten themselves back into the game in a lot of statistics, except for the goals. So that's the one that counts the most, and they need to find a way to score, the Wanderers, consistently.
Matos with the throw-in to get play back underway. Cesari. And Vesna Milivojevic with the intercept. Grove. Directly into the path of Matos. Flannery to Heyman. Flannery again. Goes for goal. And Canberra looked dangerous after the break.
Yeah, good chemistry there from Flannery and Heyman, resulting in not a bad shot from Flannery.
And Vesna Milivojevic will be coming off, and Chloe Middleton coming on, and Kennedy Faulkner makes her way on, and Ali Brush will finish her stint for the day.
And number 16.
Yeah, both players have put in a good shift today. The team's 3-0 up, so they've earned a good break, and Popovic can give some youngsters some minutes today.
Probably put Milivojevic on ice as well. She's been in a couple of battles, had that very close range ball to the hip and also her ankle earlier. And the Apostolakis versus Heyman. Grove. Some scrappy play there does result in a free kick going the way of Western Sydney.
And here's the great chemistry from Michelle Heyman and Nicoletta Flannery. They link up for a 1-2, and Flannery was able to get a good shot away with the left foot.
Faulkner. Taylor Young. Gordon through the centre park to Ferris. Cesari finds Matos on the wing. Harding to Cesari, but Harding just unable to use his speed to get to that ball.
Yeah, it was a good effort there, and the right idea from Cesari. She just overhit that pass for Harding.
Chloe Middleton made her way on to the field. Just her 4th appearance this season so far for Canberra United.
Good battle there between Ferris and Middleton. Results in a Canberra United throw-in. See Ellie Brush there with the ice pack to the knee. Just it seems as though Canberra United are managing her load, and she has come back from an ACL injury, and she's been fantastic, you know, since she's come back. So they'll want to make sure she stays healthy.
Especially playing against one of her former teams today as well.
Definitely, and we saw she did score the winner last game against her former team too, against a late goal against Sydney FC.
And you can see Sienna Silvesca and Kush LaRue looking like they're about to join the field very, very shortly as Grace Maher takes the corner for Canberra. Maher.
Not a bad delivery. It was an in-swinger, which is what she would have, probably why she was taking the corner in the first place. But yeah, no one in Canberra United seemed to want to get to that one.
Olivia Price coming off now for Sienna Silvesca.
Olivia Price.
She's had a solid shift in the middle of the park today.
And number 17, Sharon Gallagher.
Yeah, she's had a solid shift today. I think she would have liked to have gotten on the score sheet or had an assist to her name today. The Wanderers won't be happy with today's scoreline.
Fair few minutes left in this game. Sienna Silvesca, prodigy in the New South Wales NPL. So really interesting to see what she can bring on. There was that game a couple of weeks ago where she had a free kick at the death and it almost went in.
Yeah, she's a free kick specialist at such a young age, so she was probably gutted not to be on with, you know, the free kicks that the Wanderers earned earlier. But yeah, here she can come on and make a show for herself, and you know, show Kat Smith that she deserves more minutes.
Faulkner to Lincoln. Canberra just playing the ball back between Maher and Lincoln.
Wanderers need to really take it to Canberra now. They are 3-0 down. There's still plenty of time to make something from this match. But they need the energy. They need the desire.
You can see that Kush LaRue and Silvesca really up front. Do you reckon this is an opportunity for the youth to use their pace in a game where quite a few of the players have been out there for quite some time and have had the two drinks breaks?
Absolutely, and they're fresh, so...
Harding with an opportunity for a one-on-one, but just rolls past her.
They're fresh subs, Georgia, so, you know, Kat Smith would have told them, go on and bring the energy and just go for it.
Create some havoc.
Absolutely.
Ferris passes back to Bloomer. Middleton chasing the ball, trying to apply some defensive pressure. Murray. Matos just passes it back to Ferris. Apostolakis with time and space. Chisari through the centre of the pitch. Ilioski to Hughes, directly to Beth Gordon, and Wanderers looking to counter-attack. Silvesca with an opportunity, hits the side netting. Sienna Silvesca, she's come on and she wants to score.
That was a great strike from Silvestre. She looks up, and you could see the dip and curve on that ball. She only just missed that one. So great effort there from Silvestre.
Potential opportunity for another debut goal in the A-League Women for another player today.
Would love to see some more shots like that. It was almost like a knuckleball.
Silvestre, Taylor Young, Postolakis. Taylor just looked like she pulled up very awkwardly after that ball. She immediately calls for some support.
Yeah, it looks like cramp. Just calling for a teammate to come and stretch her out, and just the heat. Lots of running today, and yeah, she's pulled up with a cramp.
So a quick break in play at the moment. Canberra still up 3-0 in this game, but between two teams still trying to push for finals contention.
Yeah, so far so good for Canberra. You know, they finished their chances today, and that's what matters. Michelle Heyman stepping up, scoring 2 great goals, and Sasha Grove with the debut goal. It's a great return to McKellar Park after the international break for Canberra United, and their run to finals is still alive.
Of course, these two sides are going to be playing each other in 2 weeks' time at Wonderland. So this is the first time they've played each other this season, first time they've played each other in over a year almost as well. So Canberra now up 11-0 in the past 3 fixtures. Still an opportunity for Western Sydney to get on the board today.
Yeah, the Wanderers are well and truly the underdogs in this matchup. So, you know, come a couple weeks' time, if they go out as the losing team today, they'll want revenge in a couple of weeks. But this game isn't over yet, Georgia. They've got plenty of time to get back into this game.
And Canberra United, out of the past 6 games they've had in McKellar Park, they've only lost the 1. So this is their fortress. Whereas for Wanderers, their fortress is at home as well. So we could see a very different result in a couple of weeks. A lot still at play here. Heyman just tries to push it through.
That's right, Georgia. Home ground has a huge role to play in especially this matchup.
Sasha Grove with the intercept. Heyman chests it down for Middleton. Chisari just applying pressure in defence. Elioski crosses in to find Heyman.
That's a great cross from Ilioski. She's known to do that. She cuts in with that left foot, looks up, and she always looks for Michelle Heyman in behind. It was a great cross, and Michelle Heyman just couldn't direct it to goal then.
And a wonderful stint today from the Canberra United captain. 2 goals to her name.
Yeah, she's gone above and beyond today and done more than her job for the team.
And Alan Gett has come on for Canberra. Sophie Harding, one-on-one with the keeper, but the offside was called.
And she's not happy with that call. She doesn't believe she was offside then.
Players don't seem to be in any rush to keep this game going. Michelle Heyman still wearing the captain's armband. The beautifully designed captain's armband that will definitely be featuring across many teams in this Pride round. Middleton tries to cross it to the middle of the box. Harrison just flicks it on Chisari. trying to ask her players to come forward. And Taylor Young finds Ilioski. Ilioski to get her first proper involvement in this game.
Yeah, she just needs to find her feet and adjust to the pace of the game, but that ball just ran too far from Ellen Get then.
And high fives all around to Michelle Heyman. A great brace from her today. Really stepped up and showed her leadership.
Yeah, she looks very satisfied with today's game so far. And hopefully Canberra United can hold this one out, but her substitution was a defensive one. They brought Ellen Get on, who has been known to play at the back.
Harrison, Rue. Gordon, back to Rue. Time and space, crosses it in. And Chloe Lincoln with a diving save. And a disallowed goal for Western Sydney.
And I'm not sure, I think there was an offside call before that strike. Yeah.
Yeah. Ball ends up to the back of the net, but makes no difference because of the offside beforehand.
Good ball in from Kushlaroo, forcing that save from Chloe Lincoln. She punched it out, and the resulting finish was ruled offside.
Middleton to get Ilioski. She's been dangerous with those crosses, but goes back to Murray. Ilioski again.
Canberra United are happy to keep possession here. It's game management time now, so they want to keep possession, string plenty of passes together and hold this game out.
Get using her footwork. Hughes trying to move through three Western Sydney players, crosses in, and Harrison shouts for a handball from the crowd.
That was wonderful footwork from Laura Hughes to make some space for a dangerous cross, which should have been cleared a bit more convincingly by the Wanderers.
Amy Harrison just seems to be
Here's Laura Hughes with some magic footwork to get past three Wanderers defenders, and she crosses it in, and it's just not dealt with by the Wanderers.
So Gemma Ferris there.
She seems to be winded. She's let that ball hit her in the stomach there, and it's winded her.
Still such a young player. She only made her debut earlier this year, not even earlier this season. It was her fourth game in the Liberty A-League.
She certainly had a great game for a youngster today to step in, and she had Claire Hunt alongside her for most of the game, so a valuable experience for Gemma Ferris. You can see there it just hit her. Possibly she copped a kick as well.
Chisari back to Ferris. Ilioski. Hughes. Western Sydney still fighting with opportunities left in this game. Matos. Yeah. And Western, look, a quick look at the offsides. Western Sydney 5, Canberra 1. Do you think it's just a mistiming of their passes? We see Chloe Middleton deep in a run, crosses it in. Apostolakis able to clear.
It probably works both ways, Georgia. It could be down to the player passing, but equally, you know, the player running needs to time their run and make sure that they're not caught offside as well. So that there is a bit of an issue for the Wanderers.
Canberra just playing it out from the back. Is this something that's rehearsed in training where, you know, if you're up 3-0 at this point, just trying to hold possession, wait out these games, use your skill to not create any unforced errors or turnovers that lead to goals?
I wouldn't say it's rehearsed. Possession as a whole, I think, you know, you practice that at training with the intention of scoring goals, and then, you know, hopefully you're ready when in this situation when you are up, that your team's good enough and ready enough to keep the ball and close out games. But definitely Canberra United are in no hurry here to press forward and try and score another.
Flannery forces a brilliant save from Jordan Bloomer.
And of course, just as I say that, they do in fact go forward and create an opportunity.
There's a secret line at the ground where they can hear us.
There must be.
And Bloomer standing tall. She is really good in these dying moments of games to step up for her team.
Yeah, that was a great desperate save there from Jordan Bloomer.
And a look at the shots on target. 7 for Canberra, 3 for Western Sydney. I guess when we look at the total shots on target, it's quite even, but just Canberra a little bit more clinical.
Yeah, that shots on target tells it all, doesn't it? And that's one area that the Wanderers have had a bit of an issue all season.
And so there will be an additional 5 minutes of time added on. Canberra just looking to close out this game, stick to the game plan right to the very end, and Ilioski and Chisari just battling for it. Chisari just unable to keep her footing there. Quite emblematic of today's game, do you think? Or
yeah, it's been a frustrating outing for the Wanderers, but I said it earlier that they are their own worst enemy at times, and it's unforced errors, it's miscued passes, it's unnecessary offsides that often kill them in games where, you know what, they could have matched Canberra today. They had possession, they had shots. It's just those shots on target as well that they need to get on target.
Hughes to get back to Hughes again. Just playing through that line. And Chloe Middleton. Sasha Crowe passes back to Flannery. Directly into a wall of Western Sydney bodies.
And at the moment, Western Sydney are not dealing with crosses into the box.
Get with time and space, crosses it in. Flannery tries again. Middleton over the top.
And that's smart play from Ellen Gett. She knows that when the Wanderers are not dealing with the crosses, they're not being brave in that area. We can see here the ball was played out by Hayley Taylor-Young. Ellen Gett looks up. She whips in a nicely paced cross. And it lands at Chloe Middleton's feet. Again, Canberra United first to it for a shot. So clever play there from Ellen Gett.
They still seem hungry for more goals in this instance. We're deep into stoppage time. They're still not afraid to go forward.
No, and it's intelligence as well. It's noticing a weakness and picking on it. And that's what Ellenget's doing. And when they need to keep possession, Canberra are doing that.
Harrison to get, goes long, spots Jordan Bloomer off her line. And it's a great catch by Bloomer. But intelligence from Alan Gett to just have a dig at it. Why not when you're 3-0 up?
That was super intelligent once again, which sort of proved my point. But looks up and sees Jordan Bloomer off her line, and that was well recovered by Jordan Bloomer. But really intelligent stuff from Ellen Gett, and what a boot and cross she has on her.
Spoke about her playing defence, but she's been very fruitful in attack in this game, and ball at her feet again.
She really has. It's a really good substitution for Canberra United, because you know what? She's reading the game well, and that game intelligence takes a long time to learn.
Of course, just 18 years old, Alan Gett. This is her 10th appearance in the A-League Women. Almost attempted a scorpion kick, and Kush LaRue, but Chloe Lincoln stands tall.
What an effort there from Silvestre. Goes up for the scorpion kick, but landed at Kush LaRue's feet, and she just couldn't direct it into the goal.
They're both so exciting, such exciting players. As soon as Silvestre gets a boot onto one of these and goes in, it's going to be game over, isn't it?
It will be spectacular.
Harding crosses in, Faulkner able to clear.
But those are the opportunities that the Wanderers need to finish. Those ones that land to, like Kush LaRue, it just landed to her feet. They're the opportunities they need to finish.
Harrison to Gordon. Harding over the top, but lands at the feet for Canberra and Hughes. Get in the final minute of play, and Chisari just... And Amy Chisari picking up a yellow card for her efforts there.
And that just sums up the Wanderers' frustration today. Ellen Gett once again, she shimmies, tries to shimmy past Chisari, and Chisari kept up with her, but just lost her cool a bit, and ended up pulling Ellen Gett back.
Just entering the final minute now, and Georgia Girardello has blown her whistle. Canberra United, they are the victors today in this game. 2 goals in the first half, 1 goal in the second half. Composed all the way through. Sasha Guru, she scored her debut A-League Women goal, and Njegos Popovic, he'd be very impressed with what he saw today from his team.
Yeah, lots of positives for Canberra United today. They've come to their home ground, their fortress, and executed the game plan to a T.
And Michelle Heyman, great captain's performance from her. She scored a brace in the first half as well.
And wish you a safe journey home.
Finals hopes really still alive for Canberra United. They're now on 20 points, only a point behind Melbourne Victory. So very much still in the balance. They can still make it in this season.
They've done really well to recover after a rough run. And yeah, their finals charge is well and truly alive.
So the final score at full time, it's Canberra United 3, Western Sydney Wanderers 0. And a quick look at the stats and those total shots, 18-14, but the shots on target really tell the story, don't they, Teresa?
They really do, Georgia. Just a frustrating outing for the Wanderers. Only 4 shots on target out of the 14, and Canberra United much more clinical.
And yeah, overall, very clinical game for Canberra United. They'll be very impressed to keep their hopes alive for the rest of the season, that they still may be able to make finals. It has been an absolute pleasure joining you here today at McCullough Park for the Canberra United versus Western Sydney Wanderers. Plenty more Liberty A-League action to come. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
The future.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking real nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
The future.